Welcome to Mr. Chalk's Revision Tips. In this video we will look at natural selection, evolution and phylogenetic trees. So, phylogeny is the study of the evolutionary origins of groups of organisms and how closely related to each other they are. So, we'll have a quick look at natural selection and see how that's connected to evolution, and then we'll finish off by looking at phylogenetic trees. So, if you remember, Charles Darwin was the English naturalist who first came up with the theory of evolution. So, he proposed that individual organisms within a particular species show a wide range of variation for a characteristic. So individuals with characteristics most suited to the environment are more likely to survive or be successful. So the characteristics that have enabled these individuals to survive are then passed on to the next generation. Natural selection is the process by which evolution takes place. So individuals in a species show a wide range of variation. The variation is because of different genes. So individuals with characteristics most suited to the environment are more likely to survive and reproduce. The genes that allow the individuals to be successful are passed on to their offspring in the next generation. So individuals that are poorly adapted to their environment are less likely to survive and reproduce. So this means that their genes are less likely to be passed on to the next generation. Individuals can also be classified using a phylogenetic system. So this is when a species are grouped according to their evolutionary origins and relationships. So phylogeneticity is the study of evolutionary origins of groups of organisms. It's also a way to determine how closely organisms are related and see where they have common ancestors. So this is shown on a phylogenetic tree. Each branch of the phylogenetic tree indicates a common ancestor the species evolved from. So for instance, species F and G would have evolved from a common ancestor. D and C would have evolved from a common ancestor. So the accuracy of classification in phylogenetic trees is improving due to advances in immunology and genome sequencing. The DNA-based sequence of organisms for particular genes can be compared as a measure of how closely related organisms are. This is because the more closely related the species, the higher the degree of similarity in the base sequences. Distantly related organisms usually show fewer similarities. This is because mutations accumulate over time. The sequence of amino acids in a polypeptide chain of proteins can also be compared, as this is determined by an organism's DNA. So the degree of similarity between the amino acid sequence of the same protein in two species will show how closely related those two species are. Thanks for watching.